Hey everyone, Egman here with another video, and today I've got an updated version of my Surge Cell deck. A lot of people have been asking for this for a while, and the only really reason I haven't been working on this as much is just because we're in this weird, for so many reasons we're in a weird format in so many ways. So here is the version. I've actually got two versions of the deck. This is what right now, looking at the draft, all the cards that are legal right now. This is a 50 card deck. And then we also have like a 60 card deck based off when the new set comes out and the Unison cards come out. Like this is going to be like the 2-drop Bardock here. But so I'm just going to really quick talk about the differences I've made on this one, and then go to the other one as well. So if you don't remember what this guy does, so activate once per turn. Look at the top 5 cards from your hand. Choose one card from your hand. Choose one card among them, add them to your hand. Then choose one card in your hand and place in your drop area. So you don't actually +1, but with all the graveyard effects that this deck has, you technically still +1. And then Awakened Surge, choose one green and one yellow card from your hand, place it under, draw 2, untap 2, and then flip this card over. And then on the Awakened side, when your life is at 4 or less, choose one card under this, place in the drop area, and choose one till the start of your next main phase. If your opponent plays a battle card, is played in rest mode. And then also there's the choose one of your opponent's battle cards, KO it, then choose one card in your opponent's hand and place it in their drop area. So both are pretty not too bad, especially like the everything in rest that can like buy you some extra turns. And everything, and so I've kind of made this deck a little bit more hand destruction than what it was previously, especially with we can't like loop this as well as we can anymore. I don't think it's a big deal, but I think we can be more dominantly green. So some differences I've made. We can probably have Zamasu at either 1 or 2, but I think this card's too good to not run. Being able to like just stop attacks for free. But I did switch to Android 18 Bionic Blitz, mostly because I found myself where Paragus, is pretty good a lot of time, but we're moving more towards hand destruction, and this is always live compared to Paragus like being sometimes live if your life is at a certain point. And they really try to stall you, and we don't have a lot of self awakenings. I mean, we have Shocking Death Ball, but that's really our only awakening card in this deck. So, or like not awakening, but like life taking card. So I felt like Android 18 was better in that regard, and we have more hand destruction in general. So it just made sense to me. We also put in Cells, Earth Destroying Kamehameha. This is just a stupidly good card, being able to discard a card and be very defensive at the same time. I just felt, or even aggressive. So I thought it was mostly, needed in this deck. And I also, you have to have all green energy, which if you remember my previous list, we didn't run any check lands. So if you wanted to run, use any yellow cards, you'd have to like charge a yellow, which would make this invalid. But I decided to put 3 of these Helis in Sawar. I think that's how you say his name. So it has this permanent when placing this card in your energy from any area, you may choose one green card, one yellow card in your drop area, send them to your warp. If you do, negate this card's energy exhaust skill. Since we're going to be putting so many cards into our drop area, this should be pretty easy to do whenever we need to do it. So I felt like this was a good addition to the deck. We got to be careful, like not what cards we do use with this, but I think it's going to be pretty easy with this leader. And also activate once per turn for 1 green, 1 yellow. Choose up to 2 green or yellow battle cards in your hand with energy cost 2 or less. Play them with their skills negated for the turn. Then your opponent chooses 1 card in their hand, place in their drop. This would mostly just be using it to play just make them discard 1 for 2 energy. I guess we'd have to play it for 4. But that isn't as needed. But it's if we need to get like 1 more card out of their hand, we can spend 4 energy and do it. The other card is this Rebrian. For 2 green, if your leader card is green, you can send this card from your drop area to your warp. Your opponent chooses 2 cards from the hand and place them in the drop area. Just stupid good. Just being able to make them discard 2 cards for 2 green energy. You technically can go like +3 with this card if you like use it to you shuffle it and put in your drop area. So I guess it's not really 3, but like this gets a lot of value. And then we're also still running Great Apes and Son Goku as well. So just really, abusing the drop area stuff, especially since Cell is so easy to put cards into our drop area. And then I think everything else is pretty standard. Maybe the ratio is tweaked a little bit with this Androids 18 Perfection's Prey. The only thing I don't like about this deck sometimes is that there's a lot of green, yellow in your hands. You can be, you can get a little bit full of that. But other than that, I think it's a pretty good deck and everything. So that's this version, and then going to my thoughts on some new cards. So if you don't remember what this Bardock does, so when your opponent combos, you may place up to one card from their combo area into their owner's drop area. If you do, negate the skill, and also activate for one, or going up by one, you may choose one of your green battle cards at any cost of one, KO it. If you do, your opponent chooses one card in their hand and discards it. And for -3, active main, this card gives plus 5k power and triple strike for the or triple attack for the turn. So that's really powerful, and especially when you remember that in this deck we're able to get a 1-drop out for free no matter what. So Quick Sweep Android 17, permanent if you have a cell card in play, increase the standard cost by 2, but also has this active main that if there are no cards in your battle area, you can play this for your drop area for 1 green. And Unison cards are not in the battle area, they are in the Unison area. That's what it's called. It's like right next to the leader area. So your battle area will still be free, so you can still play this Quick Sweep Android. So like the very immediate thing is that turn 1 you charge a green. You put Quick Sweep Android 17 to your drop area with your leader effect after doing the top 5. Play it for 1 green, and then either your opponent has to spend energy to get rid of it, or if you don't, you can play this Bardock on turn 2 for 2 energy. Then you can use Bardock to ping off the Quick Sweep Android 17. You get the +1 token, and now you just have this big combo killer Analyza that your opponent really has to do stuff against. And since it's +1, it's going to be at 3, so your opponent will have to do 3 damage to this guy. And when they do, they have to they discard another card for combo. That just seems like it's very powerful. So there's that. Honestly, this deck is 60 cards, which is legal when these cards come out. And most of the reason they are is because I just didn't know what does and doesn't work. So I pretty much add him and some additional cards. So I also put Android 17 Impending Crisis. I think this card is pretty good too, and just it's another 1-drop. And additionally to that, when you play it, even from your hand without using its counterattack ability, if your leader card is an Android card, you can play this card. Choose up to 1 battle card at any cost of 4 or less that has Android in its name from your deck, place in your drop area, then shuffle your deck. And as far as I know, because it's Curly Braces Android, you can also get this Cell Android Absorber, because Curly Braces mean its top name, and it has Android in it because it's Cell Android Absorber. So as far as I know, you can do that. Android 18 Perfection Spray is a very good target, because if you need to play this Hellies and Sawar, this can just start getting the cards. This could be either one of those for that, and then you can just use this for free energy. And then just Quick Sweep, and also just a Deadly Defender. So there's just a bunch of options for that. I mean, Android 18 Bionic Blitz if you want, but nah. So just being able to do that, putting cards into your drop area, which you want to do anyways, and then go from there. I think those are really the big changes from here, because we also have 4 of the Cell Devourer of Masses, 4 Broly. Broly's obviously super duper good. 3 of the Cell, and then 3 of the Super 17. If you were trying to make this deck smaller, I would say choose probably either Cell or Super 17 as your boss monster, or even I really want to try this Belmod and Margarita, Universe 7 Destroyer and Angel. So it's dual attack, energy, exhaust, and successor for 2 green and yellow. And 7 isn't too difficult in this deck, especially since we have so many just 1-drops, and then you can just go with Broly and go use it from there. So you could have Android 17 out, you negate one of their attacks, they swing with something else, use Super Saiyan, combo Super Saiyan Broly out, so now you have 7, and then you can go from there. So I think this is good, but if you have 5 or more energy, when you play this card, your opponent chooses 3 cards in their hand and place it in the drop area, which is pretty dang good. And then when this card is removed from your battle area by your opponent's skill, choose any number of battle cards in your battle area with energy cost of 2 or less, for which the total cost adds up to 4 or less. Play them with their skills negated for the turn. So you can just get a bunch of Quick Sweep Android 17s out, I guess, and then you can, or even just super combos, just just get a bunch of cards out. Even if you get a Hellies and Sawar out, and then you can use it next turn to use a green and yellow to make them discard. Just a bunch of good targets for this deck, and go from there. I mean, if this gets popped and then you have Quick Sweep Android 17, then you can make Bardock pop it again, and just get more value. So I think this is pretty solid. And yeah, once again, if you want to put it down to 50 cards, you can probably choose one of these 2 that you like least. If I was to choose one that I like a little bit more, it's it's pretty tough. I would say like if you're only choosing one of these 9 drops in your deck, you definitely want to put the other one in your side. But I'd say that probably Super 17's a bit better because you definitely like a lot of decks don't. Are kind of waiting for you to self awaken right now, and this could change with when the new cards come out. But I also think Cell is super good as well. Being able to just pop 3 cards of their hand, you get to look at their hand and pop 3. You do have to use an extra energy to do so, but I think that's just super duper powerful. And then this can go like if you use Cell, then you can use Android 18 to go into Xeno Cell, and then you can with this Android 18, if your leader card is Cell and you only have Cell cards in your battle area, you can play this card from your drop area, and you can't play another copy for the turn. So for 1 green, you get this 3 dropout, and 9 and 3 is 12. So that's neat. And I think that's everything I really have to say about this. So I think these are cool cards. I'm really this card is really cool. I think I'm gonna really like this card, and just a bunch of decks that I'm thinking about right now. There's some other stuff I'm thinking about with it too, like Chile. I think could do very well with this, and like Surge Broly. I've seen a lot of lists for that. So I just immediately put it in my favorite deck, Cell Surge. So I think that's gonna be it. So let me know what you guys think about these decks, especially the draft box version and then the Unison version. I think Cell Surge is still very good. It's very particular, and you have to play it very specifically. But it's definitely going to be one of the premier decks that I'm going to try once the new stuff comes out. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you all next time.